What's the cost of a healthy employee? Can you put a price on changing a leader's communication technique? Can you demonstrate the financial impact in these and other non-technical skills? Is there a way to demonstrate a return on learning? Absolutely. I had a client who was extremely focused on inconsistent output levels and quality issues in a manufacturing process. He'd invested in skill training and made improvements to several hardware systems, but the line still wasn't meeting the operational metrics. The challenge was to get this line on a consistent output level, and I was brought in to revise the training again. I asked to meet the team first, and my first clue in our introduction meeting was no one wanted to answer my culture or process questions, or look me in the eye, and when I had the chance to go observe the next day, I realized the shift supervisor was very determined to meet the metrics and increase the line's output. As I reviewed the existing materials over the next couple of days, I saw him raising his voice at different people during the shift, and then noticed the line slowing down. As this happened more, I started tracking the output drops to the verbal rebukes. When I shared this with the plant manager and suggested spending some time coaching the supervisor and working with a team, the response was, well, these soft skills aren't really something you can measure. He was sure it was the training. More than the traditional ROI, where the cost of the expenditure in terms of software, trainers, and tools to create the learning are measured against the return, focusing on a return on learning measures the cost of the problem, and that may be people-based, and then measuring its impact on the organization against the cost of creating and delivering the solution. From attrition to leadership communication, you can measure learning solutions that affect performance, and they have a measurable fiscal impact. There are hard dollars in measuring soft skills. Now, as I sat with the plant manager, I pulled out some paper and said, look, this happened 5 times today, and each time it slowed the line down for about 10 minutes. Using the operator's salary of $50 an hour, each slowdown costs a little over $8, but 25 times a week, 1,300 times a year, that costs almost $11,000. Using my calculator that tracks and trends the 30, 60, and 90-day impact, I was able to have a conversation with the plant manager using his language and his rubrics, because you can show the value of different operational metrics in ways that demonstrate the impact to the organization, and ultimately, the bottom line. The first step to using learning strategically is to apply the same frame of reference your operational and leadership teams are using to the solution being implemented. Show them the impact learning has, especially around the skills we use in life to be successful. Highlight the hard costs of soft skills. Now, if you'd like to talk more about demonstrating your impact, let's Zoom or send me an email and keep the conversation going. I'd enjoy talking with you about how we can partner to strategically develop your team. Thanks for joining, and have a great day.